Alrighty then, guys. So what we've done today is I took the microphone out of its stand so that it's easier to hold, because this thing by itself probably weighs about 3-4 pounds just to hold the microphone in place. And yeah, so we're recording like this today, probably because of how the microphone is supposed to work. Like, the settings I have it set to right now are meant for uh streaming and recording and voiceovers and that kind of thing. But what I failed to account for was the how close the microphone was to my face. Like, I was trying to hold it off camera and off screen yesterday when I was doing my recordings, and so microphone was trying its darndest but couldn't pick up my voice well enough because of how the you know because of how a microphone works. But today I kind of wanted to discuss a couple things more as like an update video and also as a vlog video. So let's get into it, guys. Uh, Yesterday I did end up recording a second video, but it was right after the first video, so it had, all the same problems as the first video, such as problems with the audio and the video being. The video was of a poor quality and the audio was not great. And I'm hoping that changing, the microphone settings and also how I'm holding the microphone makes the audio a lot more clear. Or not more clear, but addresses the volume issue that seems to be the problem. Is that, holding the microphone down here as opposed to holding the microphone up here. But the stuff that I wanted to talk about today was it's a little bit of a heavier topic, so I'm gonna, like I said, let's get into it. I recently have been, well, I just finished my summer classes and starting up with fall classes. As it turns out, I'm only taking 3 classes this semester because the one class I had signed up for, it didn't further my degree at all, and it just would have been a waste of my scholarship money. So I dropped it because it was an elective that I'd already had a class for that. Right, sorry, discussed this in the other video. Getting ahead of myself. But, yeah. I've also kind of noticed some other stuff with myself recently. Namely, that I've been gaining weight a bit again. And I've also. Okay, so there's 2 things I want to talk about. One is the gaining weight thing, and 2 is actually a good thing. It's sorry, I'm getting a little emotional even thinking about it because it's just such a heavy topic. So we'll just deal with one topic at a time. The first topic, the weight gain. I want to say that the weight loss for me was the driving force behind starting my channel and that kind of thing, but it eventually got to a point where I wasn't happy with myself or I wasn't good enough if I couldn't come to you guys and say, "Hey guys, I lost weight," or "Hey guys, look at how good I'm doing." Like, if I didn't have the ability to do that, it would demotivate me and I wouldn't make videos because I didn't want to come to you guys with my struggles and with, saying, "Hey guys, I'm really sorry I gained like 2 or 3 pounds back. I'll try better next time," basically. Like, I wanted to come to you guys every time and be like, "Yes, we hit a new milestone. Yes, we're doing good. Yes, yes, yes." But the thing is that life isn't like that. Life isn't all ups. There's downs too. Which kind of perfectly segues into my next topic, which is to say depression. That is something that I've been dealing with and I've been going to therapy for a while now. Um, I actually go all the way to Dade City for my therapist, Miss Sabra Chapman. She does a great job and has a lot of real world experience, and I almost want to call them like anecdotal examples of like, hey, you're not alone. Like there's other people that have gone through this, and definitely a person I would recommend if you are in the Florida area, or in the Central Florida area, I should say. But something else that I've kind of found that has been helping me a lot recently is well, my mom did some research on it once I started to talk to her about how serious it was for me that I was dealing with, depression. And something that she found, and then we figured we'd try out, it's called St. John's wort. It's a it's a weird little capsule. It's not a horse pill or anything, I promise. It's just a weird little capsule, and it's all natural, and basically it's a natural antidepressant is the purpose of it. The bottle calls it a quote unquote natural mood stabilizer because they don't want to advertise themselves as an antidepressant, but that's the most common use for it that I've found and that my mom found in her research of it. And, we figured, well, if we. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. So we decided to try it, and I can honestly say that it has changed my life. Like, I'm not trying to endorse or get sponsored by anybody, but it just has been a really positive thing for me to not be worried all the time about, like, because with depression you get to a certain point where there are times when you can feel it coming, and there are times when it just hits you like a brick wall in the face. So there would be some days where I would just dread everything because I just could feel it coming in like the back of my head, and I was just like, no, not today, not today. I can't do this today. I don't need this today. And since I've been taking the St. John's wort, as long as I continue to take it regularly, it continues to work. And I'm completely 110% satisfied with that. I take 2 a day. I think it says to take 3, but I've been fine taking 2 since I started taking 3 for like the first for the first month or 2 that I was taking it. But the dosage is, I think it's 300 milligrams a dose, whatever. But that, I can honestly say, is something that has changed my life because I don't live in fear of, falling into a depressive episode where I just find myself, that's the catch 22 and the lose of depression, because it's like you find yourself unable to become motivated to do anything, but then you feel even worse about yourself because you're not doing anything. And in that way, that was just, those days have been horrible for me, and it just ate me up inside. But now I have that, and I also have Simone, and I have my family to keep me, to keep me, to keep me in a good headspace and to keep me in a good place. But not everyone has somebody that they can reach out to, and somebody that they can hold on to, and somebody that they can confide in. So I want to challenge you guys for everybody that watches this video, I want you to call someone that you haven't talked to in a while. I want you to text someone that you haven't heard from in a bit. In a minute, as the kids call it. Probably going to catch some flack from my friends for saying that, but you know what? I don't care. They're my friends. They'll get over it. But, but, yeah. I want you guys to reach out to somebody that you haven't heard from. I want you guys, even just a, hey, how's it going? Doesn't have to be, a 45-minute, oh, hey, tell me your life story since we've last talked. No. Just be a human being. Reach out to another human being. Because you don't know what people are going through. You don't know how they're doing. Like, I got really good at putting on a brave face, and no one knew. No one knew. Like, my mom had some idea, but to an extent, I think at first she just thought I was being dramatic. I love you, Mom, I promise. Not meaning to, call you out here on YouTube or anything, but it's kind of one of those things where mental health is kind of just a gray area where it's like, well, this thing could be a variety of things, and it's like, okay, does that mean that, there's not any one way that we could address it and or work on fixing it? But, for me, my biggest thing has just, or the biggest help for me, aside from, the St. John's wort stuff that I was talking about earlier, which I would definitely recommend. Sorry. But, besides that, it's having people to talk to. And it's like, you don't know what everyone's going through at all times. So that's my challenge for you guys, is to be a human being and to reach out and to talk to somebody. You don't have to, like I said, you don't have to ask them about their life story. You don't need to, you don't need to play 20 questions. Just, hey, how are you doing? You okay? Are you good? You want to hang out sometime? I mean, you don't have to go that far, but I'm just saying, just be a human being, because nobody deserves to feel like they're alone in this world. And nobody deserves to feel like they're not worthy of love or worthy of affection or worthy of friendship or anything like that. Which goes back to my previous point about gaining weight and that kind of thing, is that my big problem is that when I would gain weight instead of losing it, I would feel like I wasn't worth anything, or that I was a failure, or that, I wasn't good enough, or I would never find anyone because no one would ever love me or think I was attractive, or, nobody would ever just see me for me unless I lost weight, or unless I changed who I was or how I looked. And nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves to feel like they don't have a place in this world. You are special. You are beautiful. You are loved. And you are amazing. In your own way. For me, well, amazing is a subjective term, but like, for me, my one thing that I'm apparently extremely good at, according to my mom, is eloquent bullshit, as she calls it. Which is to say that you can give me any kind of topic, and I can expound upon it oh so eloquently that, and I'm extremely adept at, with an extensive vocabulary. There you go, little example for you. But sometimes, I wax philosophical a little bit too much, and she's just like, well, there you go again with your eloquent bullshit, or oh, that assignment must have been easy for you with your eloquent bullshit. And it's like, oh, thanks, Mom. But it's things like that that, I think about sometimes, because it's like, a lot of times it's easy to say, oh, well, there's nothing special about me, or oh, I'm not good at anything, or there's like, I don't, I don't have anything to contribute to the world. You really do. You just have to find it. Not everybody, not everybody, it's as easy as saying, oh, well, I'm going to cure cancer, or oh, I'm going to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to. Find what you're good at and do it. Whether or not people like what you do is their problem. Like, I make these YouTube videos. Doesn't mean anybody likes them, but it's something I enjoy doing, so I do it. And now, of course, I know my girlfriend is going to chime in and say, of course, well, I love your videos, your mom loves your videos, your dad likes your videos, So I'm going to get that whole spiel, I promise. Or I figure as soon as I finish recording this and she watches it. But, yeah, I mean, that's... To summarize, your self-worth should not be based on your appearance or any other singular feature of you, because you are not a singular feature. You are an amalgamation of a myriad of features, positive and negative. But that doesn't mean you're worth any less. And it doesn't mean that you're not worthy of love or attention or affection, or you're not worthy of the place that you hold on this earth. And if, you feel like you don't have anything to contribute, then that just means that you haven't found your niche yet. So, I mean, all I can say for that is just to try something new that you haven't before. Just be a little spontaneous, be a little adventurous, Take a class, do some research online. Get into watching YouTube videos, for example. Like, YouTube videos are how... Watching other people make YouTube videos and that kind of thing is what got me into making YouTube videos, because I saw those people affecting change in other people's lives, and I figured, even if only, 5 or 10 people watch my videos, if I'm still affecting a positive change in the world, that's worth it to me. And I think that's where I'm going to leave it today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I love you guys. Thank you so much for all your continued support. I appreciate it more than you'll ever know. And shameless self-promotion time. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment section down below. Gotta get in there somewhere, guys. Alright, and I think with how my school schedule is, because I do only have the classes 3 days a week now, I should be able to have a more consistent upload schedule. Because over the summer it was just hectic with summer classes, because for the first half of the summer I was taking 2 classes, or I was taking 1 class for the first half and then 2 classes for the second half, because 1 class was the entire summer. So yeah, I'm going to, hopefully now that I have some consistency, I'll be able to make videos more consistently. Alright, but as always guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!